All right, well, now that we've found an item to list, if you watched my last video, which you should have, we actually broke the video up into two videos to kind of give you guys a break and to just show that there is a separation in process here. So now that we found the product to list, we've already done our research, they have enough quantity, we're going to be able to make a profit if we sell the item, and the item is 100% the same. We're going to go ahead and list it here. So what we need to do is go to the actual page where the item is listed. We need to go down and grab the ASIN number. So this is the number that Amazon uses to identify each of their listings. So this is going to be important. We're going to use this number quite a few times. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. And then I need to come up and pull up my Amazon Seller Central account. Inventory. So you literally go to Inventory, add a product, and then here's where we search with that number that we copied. We paste that into there. Search for it. You'll see visiting limitations apply. So we really can't sell collectible items. This doesn't pop up all the time, but I don't want you guys to worry if it does. Just make sure that if it's new, we can sell it, which we can, and it is that same product. So we're hit sell yours. So quantity, we knew when we searched for it on Walmart, which is going to be the supplier for this item, we know that they had at least 100 items. So we're going to go ahead and type 100 in there. And the categories that I'm filling out are obviously the only categories that we have to put in here. So all this stuff up here, until you get to quantity, you don't need to worry about. Anything with a red star, you do obviously have to do it. So that's new. All right, so our price. So in here, this is the price we can list this at. That's our minimum price. So $36.48. Let's go back into here. Go to the for new. So $36.48. We're not going to be able to get up to match the first price, obviously. So what we want to do is get to the closest one and just beat them. So it wouldn't be very smart for us to come in here and list this item at our minimum listing price of $36.48 because there's no one else in between. So we can come in and list this item at $40.98 and be in second place and be cheaper than this item. So the reason I do that is because you leave money on the table if you try to beat them by a couple dollars. Because even if they do drop their price and move ahead of us, App Eagle up here is going to prevent that. So as long as they don't go below our minimum listing price of $36.48, as long as that this individual in second place doesn't go below that, we are going to be able to stay in second place because App Eagle will adjust our price all the way down to this price if necessary. So if they keep dropping their price, we're going to keep dropping our price through App Eagle all the way down until we get to our minimum listing price. So we're not going to start there. We're going to just beat these. Or if you're in first place, I always match the first place. So you'll notice, add a product, sorry. You'll notice here you can hit match low price. Now, if our minimum listing price is at least that, then I'll match it. I won't get any lower than that because you don't want to kind of go into a bidding war with people. You always just match the lowest if you can. But obviously in this case, this is lower than what we can do, so we can't do that. So we're just going to beat that. So $40.98 is going to be our price for this. And then this, like I said, it doesn't matter that we're not the lowest. We're still going to make sales. And, a lot of items are going to be able to compete more than other items. So it's really no big deal. I mean, as long as we can get on the first page, great. Obviously, my goal is to be, when I'm talking about the first page, there's not many sellers on this one, but a lot of times there's 8 to 10 on this first page. If we can get on that first page, great, because prices vary and prices change quite a bit. So you might move up and down that list as App Eagle kind of adjust our prices. But my goal is to be in the top 3 or 4 for sure. And then obviously down the road, getting the buy box, we're going to need to be in the top 2. All right, so add that. So that's price. Fulfillment latency. So this is our handling time. When I first started this business, I forgot to fill this out, and it automatically defaults to 1 to 2 days. So the buyer of your item is expecting you to ship this out the next day or the following day. And with doing what we do, that's almost an impossibility because it's not us doing it. We are relying on our suppliers to ship this item out. And a lot of times it takes more than a day or two for them to ship it out. So I always hit 4 days on that. Right now, that is what I'm training. This may change, but right now I'm hitting 4 days on that because that gives us time in case, this will actually happen. We go to sell an item and we go to the source URL. Like in this instance, Walmart would be our source. So say somebody buys this, we pull up this URL and they say out of stock. That's a great possibility that could happen. That's okay. We don't need to freak out because a lot of times suppliers go in and out of stock quite a bit, or if they're not coming back in stock, we can just search for another supplier of this item and then send it through them. But that's why this is so important because it gives us a couple days of room to play in case we do run into an out of stock situation or something like that. But always hit 4. So that is all the categories that we need to fill out. 100. Price, condition, and fulfillment latency, which is shipping and handling. So I save that. All right, so now we're not quite done yet. So that item is now listed. So what we need to do is we need to grab, and then I'll get an email once the items are listed. You copy that. Our drop shipping spreadsheet. We have to keep track of everything that we list. So I'll paste the name in there. ASIN goes over here. And then next is the SKU number, which after you list an item, it'll give you that as well. Copy. Paste. Walmart is our supplier. All right. $26.99 is our price. Remember, we saw that there was that's free shipping. So $26.99. Then it'll add the tax. And then right here is our current listing price. So that's where we're going to go in. And remember, it was $40.98. So $40.98. Over here is the Amazon. So from that price, it subtracts the 15%, and then it shows our actual profit if we sell one of those items. So then what we need to do is grab this URL. I always make sure it's on here. Don't let it be. Don't grab the URL from your cart right here. I always actually click on the item and grab it from the where the item's actually at, the source URL. So copy that, go back to our drop shipping spreadsheet, paste that in there. JH, that's my initials, so that is where, once we update this, I only drag that down just to make it easier. But if that's the case, just delete that, get your name in there, and then quantity, and then the day we listed that item. And then over here is the shipping cost associated with that. As you'll see, when I first made this, I didn't have this, but I added it later because you'll see in AppEagle we'll need it for that. So shipping was 0. I'll go ahead and change those. There we go. And that should be it. So this is in Google Docs, so it saves that automatically. So we should be good. So make sure all the categories are filled in, just like that. And we can go back here, hit refresh, and then it shows the number of products. Then this is within the Seller Central. It kind of lists all the items that we have listed. All right. So that is how you list an item. We'll be doing some more training on that, but that is the introductory training video for actually listing an item in Amazon. So I appreciate your guys' time, and we will talk soon. Thanks.